Intro. Alrighty. We want to thank you for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst other. The Eyes of the Conscience Soul brings to you every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own, so we always ask you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. On The Corner, you could hear the artist talk. This is where we showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative process and their lived experience. The other part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of today's brilliant mind along with geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. The other part of the corner could be She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where you will hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their lives, which are inspirational messages. Also, we are highlighting golden lights affirmations to impart healing medicine in the soul of brilliant minds today. The other part of the corner comes to you every second Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. And we believe, this is where we believe, building a building a tomorrow, excuse, oh boy, this is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having mental wellness, healthy eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is Education is the Best Medicine. The founder and producer of Education is the Best Medicine is Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization which is community based, health educational advocacy based, and a resource based organization that uses public media resources, radio, newspapers, and church community health fairs to provide health information and education. We believe the vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday, which is today from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show hosted by Miss Barbara Howard, aka Sister B. Mellow, the founder and producer of The Eyes of the Conscious Soul. And we have my co host, the Doc, Diego.
Hey, family. I love it.
And this is where we have real talk conversations. Fireside chats is which it is, with individuals, organizations, community leaders, business owners from around the Bay Area to across the globe, um, sharing what how they make a difference in their community and the world. Every fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care. This is where we highlight reentry and mental wellness. Boy, that was a mouthful, but we thank you for your patience. And there is a tongue twister on today, and I'm so grateful. This was a tongue twister for me. I was a little under the weather, so you guys bear with me on twisting up things, but you know what? I'm here. I was a little dizzy yesterday,
Oh,
but
you're
I'm
making
in.
it happen today, though.
I'm
You're
making it
bringing
happen.
all the good things.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. So we have a brother in here on today. Our theme is elevating the town, rooted in purpose, and this is how we highlight our community. We're so excited. I have the doc that's in here with me on today, so we're so grateful for this opportunity to bring our folks, the town
I appreciate
in
that.
here
I really
with
appreciate
us.
that.
So, and your name is
DJ Friday Love,
DJ
a local
Friday
farmer
Love.
and teacher and Oakland native. I'm
Oh,
excited to be here. Thank you for
woo,
having me.
woo. All right
Wow.
now. So we're gonna start the show with Mr. My brother,
Yeah.
my co-host, Mr.
DOC.
Diego, but the Doc,
Thank you.
DOC in
So
the
great
house.
to have y'all here. I have the privilege to work with y'all, but just having you here on a Saturday
Absolutely.
to listen a little bit about what you do
Mm.
and based on today's theme,
Okay.
especially with farming. I'm just saying there might be something rooted in that, but yeah, could you tell us a little bit about what you do as a farmer in
Oh,
East Oakland?
I have the pleasure of being the caretaker of the Freedom Farm, which is on MacArthur between 105th and 106th. It's a really fantastic place. It's a little oasis in the middle of the craziness that's going on in the 40 by 40, which is the area between Fruitvale and San Leandro and in between the highways. Yeah, and what I do there mostly is give tours and keep everything on track. But the entire place is run by me and my cohorts, and we plant stuff, we grow stuff, we encourage people to come check out the compost, check out the plants, check out the birds. If you just want to come sit in the garden, you can come sit in the garden. If you want to take part, a lot of people feel like they want to interact, so you can help us do starts. You can put stuff in the ground. You can help us move dirt. You can help us move mulch. You can provide space for us. You can come down and just be a part of what's going on if that's what you want to do.
Can you also give kudos? Because we know giving kudos to the fam.
Let's do it.
We in the house, and they be like, excuse me, you didn't say anything about us being here. And then we want to say something to my sister that's in the house with us over here on today.
Melissa's off camera, but she's over there supporting us in every way possible.
And you want to get some highlights to family, friends, community, whoever you want to.
Wow, I want to speak to the Oakland at large and just let my town know that I really appreciate it. That it is the diamond of the Bay Area.
All
the
right.
Bay Area is a ring. Oakland and the lake is the huge diamond right in the center of all of that, and I just
Okay.
love to support my city.
All right.
Sounds great, man. So we know we have the privilege to work together.
Yes,
at
we do.
this wonderful place called Homes Empowerment.
Yep.
So coming out to the farm,
Mm-hmm.
especially in East Oakland, like, what's the purpose of it? Is it just gardening? Is it to relax, or what are the things that feed the community from that?
The farm has like many levels of purpose. One of the levels of purpose is to provide a space for us to grow our own food. That's just important, regardless of where that food ends up at, whether it be at the Freedom School, at the store, in the free refrigerator that sits out front, or going home with any of us to our families and stuff like that. Any of those are appropriate places for the food to go, but like the overall sense of it is to make sure that we have a place where we can actually grow our own food. And in a pinch, if things should go south or more south than they are right now, we might need a place to be able to grow food. We might need those skills. So then, on top of all that, it's another place where we share those skills. So the high schoolers from the Freedom School come to the farm and they do their horticulture class at the farm. We also have their own boxes that they grow in and stuff. And then we bring people on the property on a regular basis, whether it be someone like, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Whether it be someone like, haha.
Get back and then
Right.
step back. Cause that's the heartbeat. That's the drum.
Yeah, right.
That's
Whether it be-
the heartbeat. How we do it.
Whether it be someone,
But use your hands. You can do whatever you like.
whether it be someone who comes from like, I think we had Clorox on the property before, and we've had other large corporations come out, and they do a work day, and they get to come and interact with the farm and help us move stuff. And it's amazing what you can get done with 100 people. Like, there's usually 4 of us on the farm. So a day when I have 100 people on the farm, like all these things, it's just like, oh, that's done. That's done. That's done. So it's really amazing. And it's a great way for those companies to get people out of the office and to get them to interact with each other. It's really great to see people who've been working together for a long time interact outside of their workspace. How good of friends these people are, that sort of stuff. It's really like team building. And then, go ahead.
Wow, no, I was just going to say that to me is so beautiful because you're not just colleagues when you're inside of a space inside of the office. It's like we're straight driven work, whatever. But when we're in the dirt together and when we're working in community, it brings another level. We're saying we're elevating the town.
Right.
It's bringing another level in friendship and teamwork
Yes.
and the whole a family.
Yes.
And society is trying to drive us away from family, but family is the key and the village.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's very much about the village. So so then there's the education level where we're teaching the students from the Freedom School
Yes.
for their horticulture class, and then there's educating the people who
Shout out to Renee.
Shout out to Renee. Educating the people who live around us, the people who want to come to the farm. There's a lot of people who want to come and volunteer. They just want to come and hang out and be a part of whatever it is we have going on. Some of them, I love it because they come at every level. So some people come with a fully developed idea. I want to do this at the farm for you. Like Susan, one of our really big volunteers. She came, she wanted to do composting. So she's taken the lead basically on doing the composting at the farm. And then other people come and they just want to be a part of whatever's going on. There's people who want to drop by and just be like, hey, I got some free time today. What can I help you do today?
Wow.
And whatever that looks like. So the website is a great place to get in contact with us if that's what you want to do. If you want to come to the farm and you want to volunteer, you want to come and get your hands dirty or learn something specific, whether it be about microgreens or starting your own garden or how we garden at the farm or composting, you want to learn any of those things, you can go to the website, sign up as a volunteer, and then there's a slight onboarding process. But once you've been onboarded, you can come and hang out and log some hours and just have a good time and be appreciated.
And at our school, we have the warriors, scholars, and hustlers and healers. So what I'm hearing, that's a part of the healing,
for sure.
The medicine that we're bringing to our community and to the world, because everybody hands is a part, and it's nothing like knowing that you're connected.
And then so after the teaching, the next level of that is our community, and I love that. So the farm is another way for us to connect with other community members. So it's not just about us either. It's about planting justice is really important to us, and
shout out Planting Justice.
Shout out to Planting Justice. Love you guys so much. But other entities that are doing the same work. For me personally, I feel like I just got the bandwidth as a relatively new farmer. Just got the bandwidth to really start meeting my constituents, people who are doing what I'm doing and working in the same area. So Stop Waste, Greenlining the Block.
Shouts out to all of them.
I can't give enough props to all these people.
That's right.
Put a lot of energy into helping us do what we do in a really righteous and, I want to say life-saving sort of way. I feel like a lot of the services we provide, it might not save your life like you're dying and we save you, but it might save you from having to struggle any more than you're already struggling.
Wow,
and that is so important to me. I feel like we really get to get involved in people's lives, whether it be at the farm or at the Freedom Store or at the high school. We get to get involved in people's lives and really make a change. And there's nothing better than when someone looks at you and you can tell they really appreciate whatever effort it is you're making for them right now. They're like, I really appreciate what you're doing.
Okay. And that's what's missing to me that's in society. And I love the way that how we structured the homies empowerment whole team. It's all about that interaction, intergenerational, that's what we do. And it's a beautiful thing. But before you even go there, and I'm going to let you go, Dee, when you were growing up, tell us a little bit about growing up in Oakland, because this is what we do. We get real with the town and we get real with society. And, we just want to share how did you get up to the part, how did you maneuver, things you had to challenge, things that you went through. And how do we go to the next level?
From seed to sprouting
it's
to roots.
For me, it's really amazing because my perspective on Oakland is very, very distinct because I grew up on 90, and I love being able, when we're broadcasting in the town, you don't have to explain things, so I can just say what needs to be said.
That's
So I grew up on 94th and Plymouth, but I went to school at Lakeview Elementary near the lake. So my entire, from third grade to graduating from high school, I always saw the juxtaposition of Oakland. I always saw this end and that end, how these people were doing things and how these people were doing things. That it didn't, just because it was in this town didn't mean it had to look any specific way. And, I rode the bus down East 14th every single day. So I rode through Chinatown, and then I went to the Mexican part of town, and then I got every single day.
Every part.
There was no part of my day.
The diverse.
I would see every diverse, and it used to be like a line. When I was a kid, you could ride on the bus and you'd be it'd be signs in Vietnamese.
Wow.
A little pause. two garages, and then it would be Mexican signs. So and then you get to like it just. I just remember how the transition would happen while I was catching the bus. So I feel like I have a very unique perspective on the city of Oakland because I grew up on both sides of it, without a doubt. And wow, the path to the farm has been a very long one. I started working at Alameda Natural Grocery, and I was the dairy buyer there, and that really got me. I was already a cook, like so. You know, when I turned 17, my mom got me Cooks Illustrated.
Oh wow!
A subscription to Cooks Illustrated. Interestingly enough, she got me Cooks Illustrated, she got me Playboy, and she got me the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
And it made me into a baller. I can never thank her enough because Playboy is what it is. But
Right.
They can afford
Keep
the
it
best
real.
writers. If you want to read about politics, if you want to read about something, they pay those people really, really well to do all the research, get all the things, and put it all in one place. So I became very well read, getting all those things. I actually started to understand more, like because I wasn't paying attention to certain things. All of those three things brought a lot of things to attention. So I was already into food. I became a dairy buyer. The natural progression in a grocery store is generally you work the floor in some fashion, maybe a cashier, and then you become a buyer. The buyer brings products into the store. I did that in every capacity. So I was the grocery, the dairy manager. I did small as vendor, so I bring in like weird cheeses and stuff. We started an olive bar. I was the guy that went out tasting olives for 2 months and brought in and decided what our olive bar was going to look like and what products we were going to sell. So like I was doing that kind of stuff. And then once if you want to keep moving down that progression, you become a broker. So I went from buying stuff for the store to selling stuff to all the stores in the greater Bay Area. So I would go into Whole Foods, I would go into Berkeley Bowl, all these places and try and sell stuff. It was a really interesting culture. It's really, really interesting business, selling food, sodas, drinks, crackers, all that stuff. It's really, really interesting. I got to do stuff like I toured Annie's Frozen Meals. I've toured their facility before. I've been to a bunch of all over the place. Milk, all up and down the California coast. From there, I felt like the Bay Area priced me out, and I moved to Chico. And when I got to Chico, I was the farmer's market manager. So I'd be the person that would set up stalls.
I love farmers markets. Yes. Our business was in farmers markets too, but go ahead.
No. So I was working at the farmers again. All this food, all this produce. And then now I'm around. Now I'm not only around food products, but I'm around food producers, people who actually grow the things that go in the boxes, that go on the shelves, blah blah blah. From there, I met a farmer. He took me out to his farm. I'm a very gregarious person, and he was like, when I first got there, he's like, I just need you to water for me. And then every day he'd come in and be like, you want to learn how to do this? You want to learn how to do that? And then one day I'm driving the tractor, planting 90-foot rows of onions. Like it only took me a year. I'm like, man, I'm a farmer.
All of a sudden,
I got long, big old straw hanging out my mouth. I'm in overalls, sweating like a pig, and I'm driving this farm. I'm like, oh, I'm a farmer.
Oh, that's what happened.
Great. Oh, this works. This totally works. I did that for a while, and then I felt a real need to come back to the Bay Area. Like I felt an actual urge to be back in my hometown. As lovely as Chico was, and the people there were very kind to me. It's a very lovely, lovely place. The fire was traumatic, the Paradise Fire, but like I really understood that it was time for me to come back here and do whatever it is I was supposed to do. Wow. And when I got here, I pretty much landed right in the vicinity of homies and the farm and all that stuff, and just got involved. My very dear friend Jay has been working at home for
Jay.
Jay's been working there for many, many moons, and he definitely was the guiding hand. He was like, if you're looking for something, this might be looking for you too.
Yeah, I actually remember one day you came by. I was at that moment. I was the Freedom Store was still operating out of the sidewalk. And for those that don't know, Freedom Store is free food redistribution. It's available to you, to everybody. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, you just call in on a Monday. Search on Google Homies Empowerment.
Yes. Hit the website, please.
I remember you were there, 1731. We're at the old community center building.
I hung out with Jay. He gave me the full tour. We went up on the roof and looked around and stuff. He was like, "Yeah, man, you should come check us out." So I did. I came and checked you guys out.
Wow. I still remember the first words I told you, which was "Welcome home."
And
then you were just like, I hadn't known. You were just like,
you know, arrived. It was It's been a lovely, lovely journey with Homies Empowerment, and the farm is just keeps getting better.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do at the farm? Because I know, because we work from home. We got these scheduled and events. But like for those that don't, what's your favorite thing to do? Because you've been at it for a minute now.
My favorite farm. I feel like I like doing the starts. So I like taking things from the seeds, put them in the warming trays, nurture them, spray them with a water bottle, talk to them all crazy until they're little babies, and then take them to the farm, and then like from there,
Aw.
everybody gets involved, and we all bring them to fruition. But that's my personal favorite part. Getting the seed from a seed to a starling or something that I can put in the ground is absolutely fantastic to me.
If we weren't talking plants, I would
Yeah,
like you
that's
could be
what I was
talking to somebody else. They get out of line, spray them a little bit too.
Yeah.
I got little ones at home. That's all good. But no, this is great. That's all great.
Hilarious.
And and you were saying the seeds, like when you started with the seeds. That's just what we're doing with our at the school.
Yes.
We're starting with the seeds and we're planting them, and then now they're going to be growing and nurturing. Oh God, go ahead. That was absolutely. Go ahead, brother.
No, that's a beautiful thing to mention that there's youth,
Yes.
from the town, the Freedom School, free independent school on 90th and Mac, and that they're participating. Not just participating, but learning,
Yes.
growing, and doing all the things. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure, because I know you're.
No.
I'm also
Thank
learning
you.
and growing and doing all the things, and there's nothing better than when your job gives you the kind of
Yes.
challenges that you want. So
That's good.
I
Why
want
is
to be
that important?
well. I want to
Yeah.
be better. I want to be good at my job, whether that be teaching the kids when they come on the farm, or helping people when they come to volunteer, or just growing things for us to distribute at the Freedom Store or give to the school so they can cook lunches for the Freedom High School. It's really about that connection, like just gelling all that good stuff together.
And because online you'll see a lot of the same. Food grown locally is important because they mentioned the nutritional value instead of having stuff come in from far away. You've tasted already. I don't know how many already. What's it called when you have a season and the crops come in?
Yeah.
Have you tasted the vegetables? How do they taste and compare, man?
To the stores and things like that. Oh yeah.
Eating anything you've grown, or even just looking at something you've grown. Like for instance, flowers are just as fulfill me just as much as any of the food stuff that we grow. And it's really important to make things look pretty. So like lots of flowers around lots of food plants is fantastic. But yeah, there's nothing better than really, especially if you can like pull it right out of the ground, rinse it off, and put it in your mouth. Like there's a place for that in everybody's life. You should have that opportunity, whether it be. And again, one of the things we try and do at the Freedom Farm is make sure that everybody knows that everybody can grow. So it can be a single pot at your front door with some basil in it. It could be a 20-gallon bag that has 9 plants in it. It could be a 100-gallon bag that has a whole bunch of plants in it. It could just be a huge hay bale that you poke holes in and pour dirt in and put.
Wow.
Like you can grow any way that's acceptable for you. You can even just take glasses of water and just put stems in there, change the water on a regular basis, and never use any soil or anything. Give them a little bit of nutrients and just use glasses of water to grow something. So, I want it to be accessible for everybody. I want them to understand how important it is to grow things, everything.
And that is good because normally when you hear farming or growing, it's like, oh, we got a whole lot. But now,
Sounds like work.
It sounds like work. Like I don't put no work.
It does sound like work, yeah.
But now that you can start small and then gradually grow it how you want it, that's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
To be able to look at it in that perspective.
You can scale it however you like.
So it doesn't matter if I live in a studio.
Nope.
If I have a home. If I don't have a yard. If I'm in an apartment.
Wow.
Like a window. If that's what I got,
If
I can
you
grow
have a
something.
place that has sunlight, you can grow something. And again, I also try and get people away from like, I have to grow. It doesn't have to be food. Caring for a plant lowers your heart rate.
Say that again.
Helps your blood pressure. It's just like having a pet. Caring for something cares for you. You know what I mean? Like, literally. No, really, caring for something cares for you. Like if you put energy, like I think
that's a good perspective.
It's the
I like
destitution of not having anything to get up for that makes you decide not to get up. You understand what I'm saying? So like if I
say that again for our audience to hear that.
It's the destitution of knowing that you have nothing to get up for that really keeps you in bed. But if you know there's even one thing that's depending on you, I should really get up and go water that plant. Hey man, somebody's looking forward to seeing you today, even if it is just that plant or your pet or your friend or whatever it is. But like having that thing to get up and go do, farm being a really great thing that costs you all the time, because a farm will look weak if you're not on your toes. You'll get there, it'll look kind of weak at you. You'll be like, y'all mad at me, huh? I'm not doing it right now. I'm sorry. That's my bad. That's my bad.
And when you were saying it's nothing like when you plant it and then you're able to pull it out. And that just brought me to what went to my mind was the feast at the table.
Yes.
When you in the kitchen and you're cooking it with love. So when you're out there and you're producing and you're in the dirt and you're growing, you're doing it with love.
Yes.
So it's going to flourish. And anything that we give with love will flourish. And that's what we're doing with our school and with our youth too.
Absolutely.
That is absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
And here on the radio wave too. Like I think it's so important. And not to get all preachy.
Yeah. No. This is our show. We do what we want.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I love hearing that. It's really important. We have control over media right now.
Say that.
There's never been a time in history where we could do what we're doing right now and broadcast it to the whole world.
Come on.
Just because we want to. As a matter of fact, you could get rid of everything in here and just leave that phone over there, and we could still be broadcasting.
Come
to
on.
the whole world. That's a really powerful tool. Thank you guys for inviting me down here to speak.
Yes.
You inspire me. I love doing this.
You'll be in with the.
I love doing this with you guys.
We'll bring you on in.
Yeah, man.
Well, if that's the case. You could come back, folks. Stay tuned for the next round with DJ Friday Night.
It could be any number of things. But being able to get the message out and to speak for on my part for homies and for the farm and everything, it's super exciting.
I love what you're saying. I think you're setting up a at the farm and just you yourself, you're setting up a great foundation. The dirt, the soil for the seeds and all the things. What I wanted to ask you was, so how is there anything specifically that the farm needs help with right now? Because all this great work is important. But I know that everybody needs help. So what are the things that could support the farm?
If people out there have time that they'd like to give to the farm, we would love to have you. If you don't have time, your good thoughts and good vibes also help us a whole lot. But if you have extra wood, building materials, if you have cement, if you have, and this is making me feel like I'm not on my job. I'll put a wish list on our website. I'm going to say out loud what we're wishing for, but I will also, if you want to follow up on this in any way, you want to donate, you want to give something to Homies Empowerment or to the farm, I'll put a list up for you guys. But building materials, we're trying to get a new greenhouse up. So cement would be nice. Wood, 2x4s, corrugated metal would be absolutely fantastic. Any old yard tools you're not using, you have hoes, shovels, rakes, pitchforks, any of that kind of stuff that you don't use anymore, rather than throw them in the trash or leave them to rot in your backyard. We would love to have that stuff. And it's not just for us. So, and on the other end of that, if you have need of some of the things I just mentioned and you want to garden, please come and see if we have spares that we can give to you. We want to facilitate you being able to grow at your house, just like we grow at the farm. And if you want to come and volunteer, if you want to come and be a part of the farm, we'd love to have you. There's never enough hands in this kind of work. Soil, starts, if you want to give us starts. A lot of people do.
What starts?
Starts would be like
the little.
Yeah, if you start like, so for instance, it's easy to start a whole tray of tomatoes.
Okay.
But the three of us wouldn't eat all those tomatoes. Like,
Right.
A lot of times people have more starts than they need. If you want to bring those starts to the farm for us, we would love to have those starts. And the same thing, I usually have more starts than I can plant at the farm. If you want to come and get some tomatoes or some basil or something like that, hit me in about 3 weeks. I'll definitely have a bunch of stuff around if people want to come and get some stuff.
Man, I need some red onion,
I'm over here
cilantro, and some tomatoes, and some salsa.
Red onions go straight in the ground. Cilantro, there'll be a ton of cilantro at the farm. That's a 50-50. You come to the farm on a regular basis, you can just come get cilantro.
Look, they ain't got to go in the store.
Rather than
save that money.
That's
Shop at the farm, folks. Shop at the farm, local.
Give a donation.
It is a possibility. If you're growing stuff at the farm, you can come and, without a doubt, come and shop at the farm.
And that is a family outing. Family outing. The family comes out and work together on the farm. That's conversation. That's, being and taking the little kitties away from the cell phones and all that kind of good stuff. Not saying that those tools are good, but and using them correctly.
They're all tools. Like I wouldn't want my kid to only work in the garden all the time either, because you'd be missing out on social aspects and
That's right.
And not interacting with technology is just as dangerous as interacting with technology. We don't want to get left behind. There's a lot to be said for when, like, I'm not saying you should get the newest phone when the newest phone comes out, but when a transition of technology happens, make sure that you have a firm understanding. You even if you don't use it every day, don't let it just pass you by. That to me is when you actually start getting when you stop accepting new technology is when you actually start getting old because you're getting left behind. If you can't, I wish my grandmother would have picked up smartphones when they came out. She said she didn't want one. I don't need that. It's too much technology. And I was like, I'll dumb it down for you, but get the new smart stuff, and I'll make it less complicated for you. And she didn't, but she'd be able to interact with her great grandkids. Think about it. What she really wants them to do is write her letters.
Yeah.
If she had started texting, if she had gotten good at texting, she would already have this connection with her grandkids and her great grandkids that she doesn't have because they're never gonna write you a letter back, dude. These kids have never seen a stamp before. They don't. It was a huge part of my life to write to my friends. Oh my god, it's so important. Oh my god, right?
Pen pals?
Yeah, I wrote to my friends. Like I actually wrote to my friends. I sent them tapes in the mail. It was a whole different place. I used to live.
It's a whole new
aging,
world.
I'm
Oh
aging
my
the heck out
god.
of myself. I'm sorry.
No, it's
No,
okay.
I mean, let's look at it. I mean, we slipped into the world of technology. I mean, technology has advanced so fast in the recent years. So we're gonna turn it over to Sistah.
Yes, boy, we've gotten so excited about what we're doing here, and we thank you for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month is the Cafe Le Blue Lounge. You can hear the artist talk, Why I Dream, or She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. The other part of the second Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. And then every third Saturday of the month is Education is the Best Medicine. The founder and producer of Education is the Best Medicine is Mr. George Pearson. Every fourth Saturday of the month, which is today, is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show. And then every fifth Saturday of the month, we have Voices That Care. And this is where we highlight reentry and mental wellness. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul brings to you an opportunity to be able to tap in to community, and we need your help. Wherever you can fit in and be a part of what we're doing, we're asking that you do that. Bring your families, bring friends, bring colleagues, bring whomever, and each one of the organizations or people that we bring on the show, we're also asking you to tap in with them, and we're also asking you to just do something new with your family and friends. But again, we thank you for tapping into the Eyes of the Conscious Soul, and I'll hand it back to my co-host, the Doc.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. So yeah, no, we're just talking about a bit of the farm. We're sliding into technology. We have that list of things that we can do. And we're mentioning about families. Does the farm right now have any available boxes? If a family says, hey, you know what? My family would like to go and we would like to grow in a box.
Absolutely. If what you're really interested in is having a place to grow, it might not necessarily be one of the boxes on the farm, but we have felt bags. We have of all varying different sizes and stuff. I feel like over the last couple of years, my experience tells me that I give people a smaller plot or piece to work, and they can graduate up to getting their own box. But because the farm isn't set up right now for everybody to water individually and all that kind of stuff, I tend to limit how people step into the program. So as you get more familiar with the farm, you can take more responsibility for what goes on there. But at the beginning, like I said, it'd probably be I give people felt bags, bring them in for doing starts and getting some plants started and stuff like that. And then based on their skill level and how involved they want to be, we can move them up to having their own box and being able to grow their own stuff.
That's a great way to start. We keep going back into small and it grows and it grows. So if you are not, savvy or consider yourself not a green thumb,
yeah, right.
that would be a great place to go.
Exactly. And that's what I want to do is provide a place where one, farmers kill stuff. Stuff dies on a farm. Let's be real here. Stuff dies on a farm. And whatever no matter what kind of farming you do, stuff dies on the farm. So you can get over the fear of killing some plants, stuff not going the way you thought it was going to go. Not everything works. You got to accept that. This is one of the great things about the farm is you just got to accept. And even if you think you're good at it, sometimes you're going to have to look at the problem and be like, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I have to go back to the drawing board and see,
and that's okay.
it is totally okay. And with the weather changing and the dynamics of the planet and everything, I feel like, one of the jokes I say all the time is farmers have to start farming again. I feel like there's a time when you could go grab the farmer's almanac and turn to page 63 and be like, well, this time of year it's usually rainy like this, and you probably don't want to plant these and look out for these molds. Don't even work no more. You turn to page 76, it's like the guy's just standing there looking at you like this. He's like, I
made up.
I have no idea.
Right.
Last year didn't do what I thought it was supposed to do. The year before that, it didn't do what I thought it was supposed to do. It's like,
that metaphor gave me, that's life.
right?
That's life. That's a metaphor of life. Some of the things you do, they don't come out well, they die, and then some things are supposed to die off.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing, and then new things can grow.
Yep.
So when you were saying things die off and grow, it's like learning, being oh my God, what is the word? It's you learn all the time. It's like forever learning. I can't even think of what. Can't even think of it'll come to me.
Say the word.
Yeah. No, it's not that. It's like it'll, like you said, it'll come to me. But I love the analogy. I love that metaphor, because this is also what we want to do on the show, is give different perspectives to life and different ways of looking at things. And because we all look at things in a different lens.
Yeah.
But if I can hear your perspective, you can hear my perspective or whatever. And it's like, oh, I didn't think of that. So we can help each other out.
More tools for your tool chest.
Say that again.
More tools for your tool chest.
There we go.
Can't have enough.
Yeah. No, not at all. And other farmers share. That's how you keep farming, is you share with other farmers. So that's a big part of 2025 for me personally, is making more connections with other farmers, finding out what other people are doing and how they're doing it, and hopefully getting it together so that it'd be great if we were a conglomerate, so that we were making moves all as if 90 people are going to the city and saying something, it's different than if 4 people go to the city and say something. So if all the urban farms in the Bay Area were more cohesive, not that we are now. But if we were a strong,
force to be reckoned with,
we could make moves, man. And again, let's say there's 20 farms. 20 farms. How much soil are we buying? How much fuel are we buying? How much of a discount we can get on building supplies if we're all making these purchases? Or how about this? Bill knows where to get free building supplies.
There we go.
Now we may have to buy it, and he's just giving us the hookup. Well, I got a guy who cuts down redwood trees, and he doesn't use all of it. All the bad parts are ours for free. Well, that's free building materials, like that kind of connection. I want all that stuff to happen for us.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, because that also shared to me just in my brain. That's how we're teaching our youth to work, to be resourceful, to work together. Your area of expertise or what you're good in, I may not be good in, but I'm not going to talk about you. How do we work? Okay, you know what? You know how to do that very well. Can you help me with doing this particular thing? And that's, again, to me, the mindset of the village. Everybody coming in, everybody has a role and has a part. And I love what we were talking about earlier, that when you went off and it was time for you to come back, that was the assignment. The ancestors bringing you back. That was a call. And for being able to be here, and that's how it's supposed to go. And that's the beauty of being in alignment. When you're walking, we're talking about, elevating the town rooted in purpose. So when purpose is calling you, it's going to bring you to the right spaces and to the right people.
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. No, I was just going to mention about, you're talking working and collaborating together. And I just wanted to hear a little bit about the communities that have come through. So, I'm aware, but you could definitely talk a little bit more about it. But I know at this Freedom Farm, right? One, you mentioned free a lot, and I wonder why Freedom Farm, and then what populations or groups of folks have been able to gather in that space, or even seeds and plants, because we're not just talking onions and tomatoes. I've seen some things that look like watermelons, and they're not watermelons.
Yeah,
there's chayotes.
There's a whole bunch of stuff growing on the farm.
Chayote.
So the part of the community at the farm is that a lot of people who work on the farm are from different places, and everybody's farming the way it comes natural to them.
Wow,
So
that's beautiful.
The way their ancestors did.
Yes, I feel
Give
like.
me a high five. That's what we're talking about.
Right? I feel like there's like.
And I'll give you one over there.
walk the path at the farm, like, you can see where, like, the people are growing how they would grow
That's beautiful.
from wherever they're from, and they're
Right,
growing
right.
what they would grow from wherever they're from is another thing I think is really fantastic. So, right, I feel like I stick to the stuff that I'm familiar with, but I love that all of us are sticking to what we're familiar with, and
That's
that
beautiful.
makes for a whole bunch of diversity at the farm.
That's beautiful.
One heck of a mixed salad.
And then
Yeah.
Why Freedom Farm? Why
freedom.
Why
So
freedom?
Fannie Lou Townsend Hammer was a really fantastic lady that did a whole bunch of work in I want to say she uplifted a whole bunch of different causes. One of those causes was the ability to grow food and stuff, and she ran a freedom farm. And at the freedom farm, you could come and get produce and stuff, but you could also grow on this little piece of land they had provided for folks. And we try and do the exact same thing at the freedom farm. We got a little piece of land for you and some education for you. If you want to come out, we'll give you those things. But I mean, just as a powerful person, she like kind of leads the charge in why the farm is there and what we try and get up to.
And this show is in honor of Black History Month, so that's
Let's go.
go right on in.
Let's go.
To,
I won't say no to that.
Yeah,
at all.
go ahead,
Much less,
brother.
I was just saying, much less Fannie Lou Hamer.
Yes.
Still inspiring communities today.
And that's
Powerful.
what I also hearing the homies empowerment is that we're hopefully prayerfully inspiring others to do the same. I always share with the youth, it's all about collaboration, not competition.
It is.
They want you to compete against each other, and no, it's about how do we and we come from that. We're so out of our comfort zone when we're not collaborating, but that's what our ancestors did. We bartered, we did all these different things together, and we're getting ready to have the opportunity to go to Harvard and talk about our school. We're so excited.
Yeah.
Dr. C graduated from there, so we're so grateful and thankful for this opportunity.
And just because you mentioned the Freedom School students,
Yes.
they're going to Harvard, and y'all are fundraising for that. And
Yes.
you still haven't met your goal, right? You still have
Absolutely.
some fundraising to do. So
Yes, we do.
check out our Instagram. I think there's a post about that for the Freedom School.
Yeah.
Get some. Let's get our Oakland kids and youth to Harvard so
Mm-hmm.
they can be inspired, come back, get rooted in a good way, and then just keep moving the work forward. So check that out if you're able to.
Yes. And I love that you said you went out, got the knowledge, and then came back.
Yeah.
And that's so important. I look at that for me with basketball players, football players and stuff. To me, it's like, how do you not come back and buy up a portion or land because you went through having hardship and hard times and you knew what you would have needed. So how do we not come back and build our community? I don't understand that, but that's just something.
Well, no, it's a prime example of like, so we envision someone who makes more money. Like when you see somebody get millions of dollars, you think that they've gained some freedom that you don't have. Those guys they're paying 5 other men, none of which really care about them. They're paying 5 people whose job it is to make sure that they make money off of whatever it is that you do.
Absolutely.
There's your manager, there's your trainer, there's this guy, they're all helping you get there, but at what cost? So they can have what they need from that. So I think a lot of the reason why they don't come back to the neighborhood and do the things we think they should do is because they're so far removed. Like when you're living in a different lifestyle, it's really hard to go. And I also don't want to lump everybody in. A lot of people are successful in coming back to their old neighborhoods, building schools.
And I respect LeBron James.
Yeah, dude.
That's my
a lot of
dude.
people are very, but I think it takes a special person to be able to do both. To run in that circle and then have the wherewithal to stand up and go, I'm not messing with you guys for a minute. I'm going to go do this because this is what's really important to me. When, everything under the sun is trying to distract you from doing the good stuff. Everything under the sun.
That's a good perspective. I really appreciate that. Boy, you guys have tapped into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul comes to you every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The first part of the Conscious Soul is the Cafe Le Blue Lounge. And then we have Education is the Best Medicine. And then we also have, the Medicine Hour, then Education is the Best Medicine, the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth, the Young Adult Radio Show. And then we have Voices That Care, that uplift, reentry, and mental wellness. Wow, this show, time flies when you're having fun.
Right? It does
but
go by quick.
it goes by so fast. But, to be able to, at this day and time, we were born for such a time as this to be able to give and to share what we're sharing today, because we're always about creating legacy.
Right.
And so, with that, what would you like to be your legacy as you're moving?
Ooh. Wow. What would I like to be my legacy? Well, one, I'd like to make my mark in media. I'd like to continue to do radio. I'd like to continue to do.
Because you're a DJ too.
Yes, I'm a DJ.
Okay, so we got to get back over there to the DJ part. Go ahead.
Do DJ, do radio, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, just the overall sense, I'd like to leave my mark in media, and then I also like to leave my mark on the town in some way, shape, or form. So if it doesn't have to be at this location, but if I could be a part of a farm that is in Oakland, or a school that is in Oakland, or a grassroots organization that really moves the work in Oakland, if I could be a part of any of those things, I feel like my legacy has already started. Like I've already put some really good seeds in the ground, and hopefully those will grow to fruition. And people still speak about me in kind words.
That's right.
For many moons to come.
That's right. Go ahead,
Great.
Doc.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. You were mentioning a little bit about radio, and I just wanted to throw out a fun fact just because I know you. But you also do a couple of other variety of things.
Okay, what is that?
Mix and match.
Yeah.
Some that might involve air stuff. I don't know. Just you do so much.
So when I got to Chico, I had the very very much pleasure of meeting Skydance Hot Air Ballooning Company.
Oh.
And one of my dreams has always been to be a hot air balloon pilot.
Wow.
You can't do that down here
I'm
because
scared.
you can't do that down
Look,
here.
me, woo, that's too
I mean, folks might be looking
Yeah,
for other modes of transportation.
Hey!
You have to go
because
really
we're about to have the flying cars, I guess, and all.
right, all that kind of stuff. You have to go really far from here because there's two major that's called airports within 6 miles.
Oh, yeah, Lord have
You
mercy.
can't
We don't
fly
want
anything here.
Like
Like
you can
No.
fly San Francisco.
yeah,
Okay.
like you can fly from this side to that side. Is how much
Oh my gosh.
how much airport we have going on. But when I got up to Chico, because there aren't any airports or anything out there, there was a hot air ballooning company. This guy had been flying hot air balloons for quite some time.
Oh wow.
And he was just a really kind gentleman. And I love when you meet a kindred spirit. So I call this guy up and I go, there's like hardly any people of color flying hot air balloons. You should let me come crew for you because I'm a black guy and I want to learn how to. He goes, okay, that sounds great. Like, that's enough reason. You're right. Like, you're absolutely right. More people of color should be involved in hot air ballooning. Yes, we're going to be tomorrow, 5 a.m. Come out.
Wow.
We're going to be launching. I'm like, great. Thank you. Went out there, shook hands, and hung out with him for a whole year and learned all I could about. So there's only one gentleman of color that has a commercial hot air ballooning license, and then his daughter, I think, in the early 2010s, she got her license. That makes her the first black woman to have hot air ballooning license.
Wow.
I just thought it was a legacy. I could be the second, even being number 2 in something like that is fantastic. I could be the second black guy to have his hot air ballooning license. I think that'd be cool.
Wow.
Yeah. How are you doing on the?
Oh, we're doing good.
Okay.
We have like 10, 15, about 10, a good 10 minutes to go.
All right, I'll turn it to the crowd. What do y'all want? No, I'm just saying, what we wish, right? And like get y'all involved. But thank you for being with us. If you're still tuning in and listening, there's been a lot of wonderful gems being dropped by our DJ Friday Love.
So where are you DJing at?
Okay,
I know we keep going back to the DJ.
I feel like my club career has come and gone. I might try and do that again one day.
Okay.
Currently, I run eastoradio.com, and it's a web-based radio station here in Oakland, California. And I get on there and go live when I have the opportunity. Oh, sorry, I'm tapping the table. I'll stop eventually.
But you tapping in, so it's good.
Yeah, so
Alert. Okay.
I too love this sort of media, and
Right on. We're going to be on his show.
yes, you can absolutely come. And I actually was going to come. I mean, now that I see what this looks like, next time I'll broadcast to my station. Broadcast to your station.
Let's go.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
keep growing.
I just want to thank both of you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak. I love that you guys are taking over the airwaves via social media / Are you guys a web-based radio station too?
Yes.
So I do the same thing. I just love that we're taking back media.
Wait. No, you said web-based. No.
Do you trust you? So there's an actual number for you guys, or is it just
No,
Oh, okay,
there's
okay.
no number, but it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter,
Uh-huh.
and there was one more. I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering, as we're kind of getting close to potting this phase 1, because there will be others.
Right.
Okay.
You
Yes,
know,
it will.
when the seasons in the farm change, I want you to come back where we could say, how's it growing? You know?
So today I'm 26 days away from the first day of spring. I'm really excited. I'm now is when I do the big push
Oh.
for the beginning of spring. So I'm getting a lot of stuff done. And yeah, I would love to come back every quarter
Yeah.
and talk to you guys about the farm and what's going on and what events we have. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to plan some fun stuff because the weather's getting better. Have people come out.
What do you
volunteer.
normally farm in that season? What
So
is it that you normally?
we are blessed to live in California. I can grow anything I want pretty much anytime I want.
Oh my.
You know what I mean? Like my winter is, if everybody else's winter is 3 feet long, my winter is 6 inches long.
Oh my.
You know what I mean? Like it's really good here. So there are winter crops that I can grow. There are summer crops. There's spring crops. It just depends on how much sun that plant likes to have. Is really about where it's at. And some stuff like your Brussels sprouts, your cabbages and stuff like that, they're cold weather up here because it's not that cold to them. Like
Right.
these plants are used to an actual winter where the ground freezes.
Oh my God.
The ground never freezes here, so most plants are like, so
paradise.
we doing this? Well,
Look, where am I growing at?
right? Like the ground never freezes.
I'm
That's
ready.
why. Like I can do this all day. It's easy.
Oh wow.
Any last, advice, words for everybody that's been tuning in, that you would like to share?
Homies Empowerment needs you. Get involved. However you want to get involved. Whether you want to volunteer, whether you want to give money, whether you want to give advice, whether you have business services that you'd like us to use because you want to offer them to us. We would really enjoy working with our community even more than we do right now. So if you want to be a part of Homies Empowerment and all the things that fall underneath that umbrella, you should come and get involved.
Yeah, beautiful. And one of the great things is you already met a lot of familiar faces, folks that you'll see in person. I myself at Homies right now am the volunteer caretaker.
Yep.
So if you're talking about volunteering, most likely you'll be talking to me. So let's connect, folks.
Yeah.
And also, our school is looking for, and that's where I am. I'm at the Homies Empowerment Freedom School. We're looking for a math teacher and someone to teach Spanish classes.
Oh, lovely.
¿Tú
So,
hablas español?
For sure, we do need you. That'd be nice. Yeah.
so what to end on a good note, and it's always a good note when we're here together, to share. What do you do for keeping yourself healthy and relaxed and all that kind of good stuff? What is your self care? like?
Really, in the last year, I've really taken to work-life balance. As much as I love Homies, I do not try and carry it home every night. Now, don't get me wrong, I do take it home.
Yeah. We
But
understand.
I very consciously do not take it home sometimes. It needs to be put down. It has its place. I have my place. And then rewarding myself.
Yeah.
Like and when I say rewarding myself, I mean like really going for a bike ride.
Yeah.
Regularly going for a bike ride is a really great reward. It really fulfills me to ride my bike at night with my little boom box on there, go tooling through the city, acting like I own the place. Like I love it. I love it a whole bunch. So like I'm really trying to focus on doing the work when it's time for the work, and then rewarding and relaxing when it's time to reward and relax myself.
So like, because I know the way you move. You pour so much into everybody, but then that individual time, quality individual time for yourself.
That is important. So family 2025, we still have a little bit more time, like 8 minutes left. But
I'll do what I do on my radio station.
Go ahead, do your thing, brother.
I'd like to say to everybody out there, you are worthy. You are fantastic. You are on the path you're supposed to be on. You are the energy that you give to the world is what you're getting back. So like, keep being bright, keep being magical, keep focusing on the future, but don't let the future be the focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, just move in the water that you're in. It's all good. We're here to support you. I really appreciate you guys listening to our words today.
Wow. Well, like I said, we have 7 minutes to go, so we still have a little bit more time. But I love that you said having that work-life balance, because that's so important. These days, a lot of folks are not having that. 2025 folks, and moving forward, we're asking you to somehow have work on the work-life balance, even if it's just starting off with 5 minutes, doing a meditation or saying some affirmations to yourself, or going outside, soaking up the sun. When we're having our PD meetings, Dr. C always said, the sun is out, go outside, and soak up the sun. I love being in the sun and in hot spaces. So being able to inspire you to, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, when working with kids, there's the whole adage that you have When the plane's going down, if you don't put your mask on first, you're not gonna make it. You can't help the other person until you help yourself. So I try and take that adage to heart because the three of us and all the people we work with in Homies Empowerment, we all give a lot. Yeah. And there has to be, you have to put up good boundaries, and you have to understand how to take breaks and pull yourself away from the work so that you can keep enjoying the work and still be at. And again, I don't expect anyone to even be at 100%. So that you can be at the 75% it takes to be able to keep doing the work all the time because it's a lot. It's a lot for everybody.
Yeah, it's important to take care of yourself, but then you can come back to give back to everybody else.
What about you all's families? Where's your family located? Is it rooted in Oakland or we're scattered?
I'm blessed that my grandmother is from the Wild Wild West. She's from Texas, but she got up one day in Amarillo, Texas. She said, "I'm never spending another winter in Amarillo, Texas." And if she hadn't said that, I wouldn't be here. I'd be living out that way instead of I might not even exist because all the stars wouldn't have crossed. But like, I really appreciate her bringing us out here from Texas. And then I'm the only one who lives in Oakland. Everybody else is up in Sacramento.
Okay.
And your grandma gifted you anything for the farm before in the past? Has she involved in the farm work?
Is she still here?
No, she's up in Sacramento. She's
still with us here on the server. Okay.
Absolutely. She's still
hey, Grandma.
She's up in Sacramento. She had a
Thank you for the wisdom.
Which has limited her mobility, but like she's a big part of the reason why I grow things though. And everything at my house used to be hers. So you know what I mean? Like so like I gave her a dwarf orange tree that is now 30 feet tall in the backyard.
Whoa!
I remember when she planted remember the cactus I gave you?
Oh yeah, the cutting.
When she planted that, it was one, and now it's a 40-foot tall giant that I had to cut away from my neighbor's garage so it wouldn't craziness. Like all the history in my grandmother's house is really fantastic. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic.
And I'm so glad we come back with the history. I tell people good, bad, ugly, challenging, your story counts. And the only thing you're going to take when you leave here is your story.
That's true.
So that's why I'm always encouraging people to talk about, the things that they've been through because I tell people all the time, my story is not my story anymore. It's to inspire, encourage, or motivate somebody else. So that's what I'm here for. And I believe that's why God has me still here on this earth. And I am hopefully prayerfully continue to be able to be that whatever I can be for individuals to help them go to what their purpose and what they need to do. And that's why we're saying, again, elevating the town rooted in purpose, because our ancestors did what they did for us, and we have to do what we have to do. And I tell people, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. We're just now, when they did what they did in their time, and we're doing what we're doing in our time, it's like, what you tripping off of? You just doing what we were doing.
Right. It
so,
is all the same stuff.
But go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just appreciating the conversation. Thank you for bringing up the story of your grandmother. I was just saying of like, it's definitely me, and you brought up the piece of everybody. So imagine, who knows, folks? You might just have some, something in your genes, something in your genetics that you need to show up and have it show out in a good way.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. I believe our gifts are not our own. It's to inspire. We have, like I said earlier, I may not be good in this, and you may be good in this. So how can I tell people this all the time? We met for a reason.
Right.
It's totally up to us to figure out why. Yes. It may not be right now. It may be something later. It may be something in a couple of weeks. It may be something in months and years. But we were connected for a reason. And that's how I look at life, at my 60 years old. But I've been looking at life in that way for a long time. It's all about divine. Okay, Lord, why am I here? Who am I supposed to be connected with? What am I supposed to be doing? At my time, my ancestors saying, get it done. Nice. And I'm like, okay, what I need to do next? So it's a beautiful thing to be able to be amongst like-minded people, to be amongst family. And we are truly a family at Homies Empowerment.
Oh, that's for sure.
And I'm so grateful and thankful for Dr. C and Dr. Jazzy, for their leadership and for their heart. And every person that is at our locations, it's the heart. It's the heart. We are leading by our hearts, and we're grateful. But I'm going to leave you guys with the last words. What would you like to say?
I'd like to say thank you to everybody. I really appreciate you. It's been a wonderful experience. Thank you so much for having me out.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you again for pulling up. I was just telling them like, hey, we got this thing.
Yeah.
I'm there.
That's what
Thank
we
you,
talking about.
for showing up. That's why
Oh,
I
yeah.
call this my brother,
Yeah.
my sister. So let's all connect. This is an invitation for everybody that's listening.
Yes.
Let's connect.
And-
We have community. It's your community, and these are your spaces. So come take some space.
And how could people connect with us again?
Go to homiesempowerment.com, the website, or directly for volunteering. You can go homiesempowerment.com/volunteer. And there you'll see the schedule for the Freedom Farm.
Yep.
Contact info for myself. And then
Well, I was just gonna say the same thing. There's a link on the website to the farm. You can see pictures. You can see some of the stuff we've done in the past, and of course, there's information for you to reach out to me directly about coming to the farm and anything. Like if you want to do work days with your company, if you'd like to come in and volunteer, get a class. If you'd like to volunteer as a family, all those things are possible. Just reach out to us.
Wow. We want to thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month. It is the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge called The Corner. And then we also have the second Saturday of the month, the Medicine Hour. Third Saturday, we have Education is the Best Medicine. Fourth Saturday, the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show. And then we have the fifth Saturday is Voices That Care. We want to thank you for tapping in. We want to thank our sponsors, and that is Miss Barbara Howard Consulting. Education is the Best Medicine. And we want to thank all of our community partners for tapping in and being a part of what we do. And anytime you feel some type of way or your family is dealing with mental illness, or please tap into NAMI Contra Costa. And we have different support groups that you can go on the website and find out about them. You have HHREC. We want you to tap into them and Downtown Tay. But most importantly, we have Homies Empowerment, and we have Pastor Larry Austin. But most importantly, we have you. Thank you for tapping in. We appreciate you. We'll see you prayerfully next week and next month. But please go out and enjoy yourself. Be safe. Love on somebody. Love on yourself. Love on community. Love on your family. Peace.
Peace.
grow something.
Grow something.
Grow something.
Wherever possible.